Hello there and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be quickly talking about the FRSKY R-XSR receiver for their systems, and the reason I want to do this is because I found a problem on this the other day that drove me bonkers for about an hour and a half until I went back to basics and figured it all out. So I received this the other day just before Christmas from the guys over at Unmanned Aerial Tech in the UK, and they shipped it over to me. I got it just before Christmas, opened the packet, had a quick look at it all in the house because I ordered the R-XSR, a couple of the other smaller receivers as well, and a couple of flight controllers and other stuff like that. And I put it all in a bag until I had time to look at it, which was yesterday. So I connected it all up, bound this to my Taranis, which went absolutely fine because it comes with LBT already. Wired it to my flight controller, and I couldn't get any of the channels to work. I had no SBUS output from the receiver whatsoever. Now, I went round in circles with this for a good hour and a bit until I went back to basics and figured out what was going on. And that is as follows. In the packet with this receiver, you get these two cables. The first one is this open wired one, which simply plugs into the receiver and it lets you connect it to whatever you want. I didn't use that one. I was using this pre-wired cable, and this one has got your standard 3-pin connector on the end for connecting into your flight controller. So I simply wired it to the receiver, wired it to my flight controller, it powered up, it bound, but I couldn't get output. And the reason was this cable comes wired wrong. Now, this receiver is basically a full version receiver. It still has an S port and it has SBUS input and output, although it uses the small connector. Now, it seems that this comes wired incorrectly, and whereas you would assume it come wired with power, ground and SBUS stroke PPM output, it didn't. It come wired with the S port. So if we look at the instructions, now I had to dig these out after because I opened it in the house. I'd left the instructions in the house, and when I put the unit together I didn't go by them. But if we look at it, you have your ground, your 5V, your S port, then your SBUS PPM output, and then your SBUS in, as you can see there. However, this came wired differently, and it came wired as follows. If you look at it now, you can see that we have negative on the left, then we have our positive next to that, a gap, and then the yellow wire, which is the signal cable. Now that is wired correctly. However, when I received it, that signal cable was actually in the port next to the power connector. So that is the S port. So I was not getting any output. So basically, if you buy yourself a lovely new R-XSR receiver from FRSKY and you can't get any output, check the wiring on this pre-wired cable, because although I've done this hundreds of times myself and I should know better, it still caught me out. And these are the kind of things that you assume are correct, but they may not always be. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and I will do another one again soon.